What is up, everybody, man? Thank you guys tuning in to another episode of the Growth Call. And my partner in crime, Mr. John Hart, is out today, and he is with his new baby boy and proud mama. They had their son at the end of last week. And so he's doing new dad stuff, and super excited for him and Anna and new baby Jalen. So very excited for them. So I get to rock with you guys today, and so if this is one of the first conversations or first time jumping into the growth call, the format around our growth call is really built on the real estate blueprint foundation that John and his longtime, mentor and fearless leader, Ryan Riley, and with the Columbus House team have been able to build over the last decade in their market, one of the top 8, and really have built their business and their business model around internet leads and predominantly working with newer agents. So being able to have a foundation and a framework to bring in new agents and, get them to the closing table as fast as possible. Really, that's kind of the value proposition for any team, as it should be, to be able to make that promise. Because, real estate agents, when they get into a team, they're just looking for results, right? They're just trying to get a paycheck. They're just trying to get to the closing table. And what we have to understand is that when agents are searching and looking for a team, one, they're looking for those results, which is closings, which is paychecks. That's what they're trying to accomplish. But what they're needing, and this helps them solve those problems, is a sense of direction, a sense of ideas and things that they need to be doing. They're looking for proven, frameworks of, hey, let me just follow this, right? Let me imitate before I start innovating. What do I need to imitate on so I can get to the closing table, start building some momentum, cashing some checks, getting some cash flow going? What we also provide and what agents also look for when they get into a team, into an organization, into a dynamic, they're also looking for some help, right? You're going to do some things for them. And that's where great teams provide support, provide leverage, be it in the administrative back end side of things, so they can stay front of the house and really connect with the consumer. And the back end of the house, right, is there being able to support and take care of them. And then, also agents are looking for accountability, right? They need accountability. They need that sense of being held accountable to what I need to do on a monthly, weekly, daily basis. But I need a starting point, right? Where do I go? What do I, essentially launch from? And so I'm going to share with you guys kind of the launch framework, and just so kind of familiar how these growth calls go. There's really 3 foundational pieces to the real estate blueprint that we talk about. We talk about, the launch. We talk about what you need to do on a, that weekly, daily basis to be able to hold yourself accountable, to do the things that are required within your control, that don't cost any money, that you need to do on a daily basis to be able to propel and move your business forward. And when you do those things, and we've, put a, gamified around it, and you're able to, maximum number of points per day, points per week, points per month, per quarter, per year. And even if you just have a terrible conversion rate, you're still going to close 12 to 18 deals, just if you just do the things daily within your control that don't cost any money. So we have that piece, which we cover in the second week of every month. And then the third week of every month that we talk about from the growth call perspective is really the value advantage. What is your value before, during, and after? One is to have the value, but 2, how do you articulate the value? How do you convey that to where, the market, the clients, the opportunities, see the value that you have? The fourth week of every month, we just typically will bring in a guest. We'll ping and pong, get a little perspective of what's working, what's not working, how, the calls that we talk about leading up to that, how that, kind of applied, how that helps them in their business. And then if we have that extra week, We usually just open it up to Q&A, or Mr. Harp and I will ping and pong back and forth on the things that we're experiencing and seeing in our markets. And obviously with my perspective of working with agents all over North America and abroad now in Portugal. So let's jump in. I'm excited because this is kind of a launch or a relaunch or a little self-check. If you find yourself kind of stalling out in your business, this is always good to kind of circle back to be able to make sure that we're doing the things that we need to be doing within our control to really make sure that our business is on a solid foundation. And, John has kind of called it the launch, but really what is it? And what it is just really built around what are the business pillars? Like what are the oil wells in your business? Where are the opportunities going to come from? Being able to make sure that we're not dependent just upon our sphere. But what if you were in a market where you just don't know anybody? Like, how are you going to get business? What are those opportunities? The IPAs, the income producing activities. That's kind of what we talk about leading up into, the second week, those daily things that are within your control, the income producing activities. How are you allocating and utilizing that activity within your time and managing that throughout the week and throughout the day? Making sure we're tracking and measuring exactly what we're doing, because if we don't track and measure, there's no way to know for sure where the real constraint is, what we need to focus on to be able to continue to grow. And then obviously the mentoring and coaching that is so critical for us to be able to navigate, the river of our business and the river of our life that really comes into play. So taking a look at, these key foundational things to really launch and relaunch our business is absolutely critical. So first part where we're going to start is, what are your key business pillars? Like, what are they? What are you building your business around? John talks 2 to 3. I think 3 is minimum, but you need to go really, really deep on those 3 before you start to, navigate out anywhere else. So, for one, for us, and John will tell you, they built their business on internet leads. Internet leads was just one of our key 3. Our main one, and if you've been in the business for some time, and you maybe you're not on a team, and you're maybe looking to venture out and you're by yourself, or you're looking to expand kind of what your team is, I would tell you guys, number one focus and foundation for your business, guys, has to be motivated sellers. Like the quicker that you can shift and put put a majority of your eggs into the motivated seller basket, the better off your business is going to be. Okay. And really looking at, because where we're at, just kind of the season of real estate with so many unknowns, is that the people that if there's no motivation there, they're going to drag their feet. They're not going to move. And potentially you're going to be wasting a lot of time and resources and energy and potentially money of going after people that are not like absolutely motivated to buy and sell right now. So what is your message to the market that's going to, kind of be the dog whistle to those people out there that are motivated? And I like to fall back, to the D's, right? Really right now, you look at, the have tos, you fall into, like I said, the D's, right? Diamonds, diapers, divorce, death. Like what are the, like, have to make a move type of opportunities in your market right now, because that's where all of your time and your energy and your focus has to go first. Because if you want to create a business that becomes attractive, you have to do it through motivated sellers, because that gives you more impressions in the marketplace. You have signage, then you have, the digital aspect of it. You have your social aspect to it. You're able to do open houses, drive traffic. Like there's so many more opportunities to create impressions by focusing on listings. And you're going to run into frustrations if you just focus on sellers that, potentially don't to sell right now. That's why I'm going to keep beating this drum. Motivated sellers has got to be number one. Number two, I would say for you to focus on that sphere, past clients, the one to many, the relationships, your brand. When you look at the core four from a lead generation standpoint, obviously it's that sphere, the people that know you, like you, love you, trust you. And then it's going to be the one to many, which is going to be, your social strategy. Those past clients, the people that you've done business with, that has to be a key pillar in your business. And the reason it's so much cheaper and easier to get people to re-engage and buy and refer than it is to go the cost to acquire a newer opportunity. Then third, I would say probably some type of ad type of perspective. The other thing is that you could implement a cold strategy that is around open houses and kind of where we're at in the climate of real estate. I would say open houses should be one of your key pillars. You guys can build a great foundation on motivated sellers, on the people that know you, like you, love you, trust you, and open houses, period. Right? You can build a fantastic business just on that. And then you think through, okay, well, what are all the mediums? What are all the outlets? What are all the channels to get my message to motivated sellers, to get my message to the people that know me, like me, love me, trust me, my message for open houses? And just doing those three activities and going deep, guys, that the problem that I've seen with real estate agents, over the last 20 years is that the real estate agents like to dabble a lot, right? They don't like to go deep. They like to snack. And it's more of a snacking culture. And that's, with the emergence of short attention spans, of social media, of now instant gratification type of dopamine hits. But the real success and the real win is to get these and go way deep on motivated sellers. What are all the ways? What are all the channels that we can be getting this message out? Looking at the people that know us, like us, love us, trust us. What are we doing? What are all the ways? How are we hitting them, in their inbox? Are we hitting them in their mailbox? How are we showing up in their feeds? Like, where are they? How are we showing up and getting that message? And then the same thing with open houses, guys. I think you could do that. The other things that I would say, obviously just running paid ads, generating internet leads. If you're new into a market, I don't think it's a bad thing, especially if you're working the opportunities to sign up for all the paid at closing, referral type opportunities. So there's so many ways to do this. And the number one thing that you have to step back and look at is just kind of create a little self-awareness, like run through the SWOT analysis, strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. What are my personal strengths? What am I the best in the world at? What am I really good at? And then threats, weaknesses. Like, what do I suck at? What do I have no business doing? And, for me, like, I don't want to pick up the phone and cold call anybody. So if that's kind of not in my wheelhouse and a strength, like, where am I really good? Like, if you're really good on your feet, you're really good with people, then hell yeah, you need to be all over video. You need to be all over open houses. You need to be doing a lot of these things. For us, we strong foundation on internet leads was a big pillar of ours. So, for me, that was great. I loved more on the relationship side of things. So I found a couple, clients, builders, investors that would do quite a bit of volume per year. And then I would maximize open houses and generate leads. That was kind of my core, building my business. You got to find what you're really good at, what you love, and go make sure that your business pillars are kind of in alignment to those activities, right? Those become sustainable. Those allow you to go really deep on and doing those activities. So that's where it has to start, guys. What's the goal? What's my revenue goal based upon every deal I close? I'm in a team structure. I'm in my brokerage. How much dollars am I getting in my bank account on average for every deal I close? How many of those deals I need? And then what are my key pillars of where I'm going to go get that? If you've been in the business for a year, a couple years, continuously do an audit. You need to be tracking, where are all of your deals coming from? Where are they coming from? Where a majority are they coming from? Can I go deeper on those sources? Once we start getting real clear on the goals, and then what is it going to take? Where are we going deep? What is my income producing activities? And, we'll dive more into it on the next growth call conversation. And really, these are the things that come down to that are within my control. And we put a gaming system to them. So, you can jump on the call, the next growth call with us, and we'll really pick these income producing activities apart. But it really comes down to, okay, how many phone calls, how many text messages, how many emails, video texts, handwritten notes, direct messages on social, comments, face-to-face appointments, one-to-many events, video emails, direct mail, social media posts, door knocking, all of these activities and so many more. How many are required in order for you to get the outcome that you're in pursuit of? And that's really the answer. Obviously, there's benchmarks that you can compare against on that variable. However, the best thing that I can tell you, especially if you haven't started tracking, is start tracking and track it for 90 days. You'll start to see the metrics and the assumptions, and the math and the data will start to tell the story on where you need to give more attention, what's working, what's not working, where to be able to go all in on. Once you have those activities, then it's making sure that those activities get into your calendar. If it doesn't make the calendar, it does not happen. And so, we're kind of reverse engineering out back down to what do I need to be doing on a daily basis in order for this to be true. So if you need to close 20 deals a year in order for you to hit your financial goals, and we've determined that, hey, these are my 3 key areas that I'm going to focus on. I'm going to do this through motivated sellers. I'm going to do this through my sphere. I'm going to do this through, open houses, but then I'm also going to drive traffic around those to be able to boost opportunities, to be able to just create more awareness along with traffic, some boots on ground type of strategies. But whatever you get down to, and those income producing activities that are required on a weekly basis, and what I got to do daily, the correlation is, guys, if you can have all those things, you can be crystal clear on them. But if you don't put them in the calendar and execute on the daily in the calendar, then the results are not going to be there. And you just have to ask yourself, do you run the day or does the day run you? Do you wake up and immediately put your firefighter hat on? Or are you doing things to be in the fire prevention business? The fire prevention business pays more than the firefighting business. Plus, it's more sustainable. And so you got to ask yourself, what type of business am I in? What type of business do I want to be in? Do I want to be in a systematic, more controlled chaos instead of just my hair's on fire and I'm reactive to every moment, every situation? The choice is yours. I think sometimes we're not problem aware, but once we become aware and then we understand that all of the choices in front of us, now it's on you. You have a choice. What is it that you want to do or not do in order to be able to really win the week and ultimately win the day. And the reality of it is that you got to win the day to win the week. So from a scheduling right things right order, the very first thing that has to go in the calendar, guys, is my high lifetime value activities, the things to make me the best version of me. That's where, the physical, mental, emotional, spiritual alignment and activities that recharge us and recharge our batteries on a daily basis. That's in the gym, that's lifting, that's cardio, that's running, that's some type of mindfulness practice, be it a Headspace app, or be it prayer, be it silence, be it whatever it is for you. But you have to, put those things in first. After you get those activities in, and really the non-negotiables, the family time, the date nights, the activities with the kids, all of those things go in first. Then we start to get into the business side of things, and then those income producing activities, when we get into work, go in next, right? That's what goes in. And then third is everything else that we have to do that's required in our business. That's why we do Sunday planning, and we really break it down into the 168. There's 168 hours in every week that we all have at our disposal. Elon has it, Tom Brady has it. We have it. You have 168 hours. When you back out, sleep, maintenance, kind of taking care of ourselves, it'll roughly leave about 100 hours. And then the ideal mark there is about 50-50, 50 towards work, working on your craft, and then 50 for, your health and relationships. So when you can understand the time allocation of being able to allocate how you're spending in your time, that's where you can start to look at, okay, what am I doing that's making me the best version of me? And what am I doing that's going to move my business forward? Am I getting better each and every day? And so really understanding, the power of the calendar and such a productivity tool that it is. And so many people avoid it. They don't take advantage of their calendar. It's mind blowing. To see that we have one of the, like I said, one of the best productivity tools at our disposal, yet we choose not to use it. And understand, productivity is just getting results. If we're not getting the results, we're not being productive, we're being busy. And it really comes down to the allocation of the time and into the calendar. If it doesn't make the calendar, it doesn't happen. And so looking at kind of, schedule, you just got to kind of figure out what works for you. I think the thing with the schedule too, guys, is that it really comes, it's kind of like, it depends upon where we're at in the season of our business. There's some things that will get more attention than others. It just really depends where our focus is and our energy is. Just remember the non-negotiables, it's more of rituals than routines. Getting things in there, making sure that it's happening. Some days it happens at a different time. But however, no matter what, when we look up at the end of the week, we accomplished everything that we set out to, and our business and our life is better, than it was when we started the week. Once we have that and we're focused, we're committed to those activities, then it's all about just tracking, guys, keeping score. If you guys aren't willing to track that, what are you doing? Right. Essentially you don't even have a business, man. You're just self-employed. That's I think is the big get and the big difference. There's so many people that want to play business, yet they're not willing to do the mundane and the foundation and the things that are required to move from self-employed to business owner. And that's the whole agent to CEO concept right there, right? A lot of agents move from employee to just being self-employed, but that evolution, that jump is, okay, what is the foundation? What's required for me to really become a business owner? And tracking of your efforts and your activities is one of those. Tracking your IPAs, right? Tracking your effort, tracking your skill, tracking your conversions, tracking your face-to-face appointments. How many deals did you get? How many deals did you go into contract? How many closings did you have? And not just tracking that, but tracking the actual money, right? You want to make that shift from self-employed to business owner. You have, a set of framework because you only have so many dollars to be able to reinvest back into your business so your business can grow. So, just stepping back, taking a look at it, am I playing business or am I in business? Am I self-employed or am I ready to make that jump? And there's no problem. Guys, there's so many ways to navigate this. Remember, it's your business. Even if you're self-employed, it's still your business. And a lot of agents, they just want to build a lifestyle business. They want to, maybe make six figures so that they can spend the majority of that and live the life that they want to live. There's nothing wrong with that. But if you really want to go from amateur to pro, is what I believe it takes to go from self-employed to business owner. Stop playing amateur ball and go to the big leagues. You've got to change the habits. And those are the things that we need to measure. Those are the things that we need to track. And am I doing the things and building the activities and the habits that are going to produce the results that I want? And it becomes binary. It's either yes, you are, or no, you're not. And so really taking a look at that, paying attention, making sure that you're just, following the process and trusting the process and then executing on it like you would a business. And so those are the things, guys, that it really takes, for us to, create a business that has a foundation to where we can really springboard off of to whatever it is that we're wanting to accomplish. So hopefully you guys got a lot of value, a little insight, maybe was problem aware. We created a little bit of awareness here for you. And, now you got a little more better idea of the foundation and things you need to get clear on to be able to move your business further down the path in this year. So I want to tell you guys, sevenfigurecall.com. If you're stuck, you want some help with this, book a call with us. Get you on the call with Hart, myself, any of our strategic consultants. Would love to jump in, kind of help you, identify where you're struggling. What are some great strategies? What are some things that are proven that can help you move from, stuck to unstuck? And it's really kind of what we do and what we're here for. So sevenfigurecall.com, and we'll catch you guys on the next episode. See ya.